Broken Together. Can grace, mercy, commitment, and forgiveness save your fairy tale? Posted December 10th, 2022. Have you heard bad things come in threes, or the power of threes in business and leadership? I often use a 3 points approach when public speaking. Conveniently, 3 timely things helped bring this essay to life: a wedding anniversary, a song, and a holiday. Honestly, I prefer to set this subject matter aside for another time, or not at all, because I know there are some who will get the wrong idea, be hurt, offended, or tempted to judge me. But my mind keeps returning to it, so I'm stuck like a worm on a hook, squirming around, about to be in over my head. I missed when news recently broke of an affair between 2 popular television personalities. Other than sorrow over more broken families, it doesn't impact me. But it is a public and familiar reminder of our overall brokenness, and conveniently helps weave my 3 points together. First, my wife and I recently celebrated 32 years of marriage. If you've read the About the Author segment of this site or heard me talk, you'll note I referenced miraculous to describe the longevity of my marriage. A 32-year marriage is somewhat statistically uncommon today. Consider this exemplification. A while back, I was catching up with an old military friend. During our conversation, he asked how many kids I have. When I said 3, he promptly and in all sincerity asked, "All with the same woman?" While all that may appear mildly noteworthy, my use of miraculous is a bit of an understatement. I'm a complete wretch, which is not statistically uncommon. As such, even though our marriage is still relatively intact, we've been through some stuff. Lots of stuff. Thankfully, I'm married to an uncommonly gracious and committed wife, and I have a Savior who is even more merciful and forgiving than she is. And both know how broken I am. Second, Casting Crowns has an excellent song titled Broken Together that I again heard around the time of the breaking news. Here are the lyrics. Chorus is eliminated for brevity. What do you think about when you look at me? I know we're not the fairy tale you dreamed we'd be. You wore the veil, you walked the aisle, you took my hand, and we dove into a mystery. How I wish we could go back to simpler times, before all our scars and all our secrets were in the light. Now on this hallowed ground we've drawn the battle lines. Will we make it through the night? It's going to take much more than promises this time. Only God can change our minds. Maybe you and I were never meant to be complete. Could we just be broken together? If you can bring your shattered dreams and I'll bring mine, could healing still be spoken and save us? The only way we'll last forever is broken together. How it must have been so lonely by my side. We were building kingdoms and chasing dreams and left love behind. I'm praying God will help our broken hearts align, and we won't give up the fight. It's going to take much more than promises this time. Only God can change our minds. I come from a broken home. Divorce sucks. Many of my friends and relatives ended up in broken homes. I'm the last person entitled to sermonize right or wrong ways of handling marriage or relationships. I'm absolutely not condemning anyone who's had multiple marriages or children with different parents. In no way am I being critical of past decisions, those made beyond one's control, doing whatever was necessary to stay safe, or any one of 100 other scenarios resulting in fractured families. I don't know what others have been through, experienced, or might now be going through. Any one of these scenarios could easily be mine. I write this based on my own personal experiences and past. My experience is that while it may be necessary or even justified, divorce complicates everything. Finances, raising children, school activities, kids, sports, relationships, weddings, funerals, and even holidays. Especially holidays. The first time I ever heard my dad cry was when I was a child, and we missed a family Christmas. He tried desperately to manage everything and make it special for us kids, but by the time he picked us up from my mom's and we got to my uncle's house, they had already celebrated without us. He was crushed. I'm not suggesting it's okay to do whatever we want or be unconcerned for the consequences of our actions. That sort of moral relativism is as ill-advised as being self-righteous. Sadly, both are as pervasive today as in ancient times, and bring me to my last point. Christmas is coming. Perfection is God's standard for salvation, which is impossible for humans. Christmas celebrates the birth of Jesus, the Messiah, God's Son born into the world to be a perfect and final sacrifice some 33 years later, atonement for an imperfect world. The only answer to this enormous mess that selfish, unfaithful, broken, untrustworthy humans made of everything is a Savior. I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Christ. Nothing here is intended to be personal or hurtful. No matter what we think of ourselves compared to others, we're all equally defective. Each of us is as morally guilty as any other transgressor. Whoever shall keep the whole law and yet stumble in one point, he is guilty of all. James 2:10. There is no one righteous, not even one. Romans 3:10, Psalms 14:3, Psalms 53:3. Brant Hansen puts it this way: whatever anyone's done to me or anyone else, I stand just as guilty. People have lied to me, but I've lied too. People have been unfaithful to me, but I've been unfaithful too. People have hurt me, and I've hurt them. Why should anyone be surprised when someone they love does something that hurts them? Faith is a journey. I suggest the same is true for relationships. God delights in making something beautiful out of something broken. Pastor Don Denez. Don't give up, and don't miss the reason for the season. For unto us a child is born. Isaiah 9:6. Get strong, be strong, stay strong.